What's up, everybody? You feel this beat right here? Here we go. Hey! We about to stamp this out. So if you feel me, come on.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. It is Monday, February 26, 2024. If you are just joining me, hello and welcome. My name is Cindy Piggott, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Ontario, Canada. And so if you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you for coming back. I am doing something a little bit different this week, and I'm actually streaming this video to two different locations. So I'm actually streaming this on Facebook to my page, but I'm also streaming this to my YouTube channel, which I have done in the past. It's been quite a long time since I've done that, but I thought I would try it and see what happens. My internet seems to be a little bit better these days, so I thought it might be a great opportunity. So as you are jumping on, hello, Pamela, say hello so that I know that you're here, and let me know where you're watching from. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please let me know where you're from and say hello. And if you're watching me on my Facebook page, please jump in and say hello. I love knowing who's here. I try to watch the comments as I go along, but sometimes it's kind of challenging. So yeah, it's Monday. It's Monday. It's Magical Monday is what we have changed the name to. It used to be called Mystery Monday. Hello, Laren. And my husband's been calling it Magical Monday. He said, are you going to your magical thing? So we renamed it to Magical Monday for something a little bit different. So hi, Diane. So Diane's watching on YouTube. Awesome. Okay. So I can see when you comment if you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube, which is kind of cool. So that's pretty awesome. Hello, Beverly. Okay. So yeah. So welcome. It is Monday. It is a very important week on so many levels. So it is the last week of celebration. I cannot believe those 2 months went by so incredibly fast. I had all these plans to do all sorts of videos and do all of these showcase, all these different products. Hello, Colleen. And time just was going. So hi, Emily from Brampton. Awesome. Welcome. So yeah, it's been a busy 2 months. So hopefully you've been following along with the videos that I have posted. I did post one this week, Sunday. I don't know. My days are all a blur. On the Meandering Meadows, and there is a special in there for you. So you have to watch that video to see what the special is. But go and watch the video. It's on my YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure it posted Sunday, and then the other video posted Tuesday. Maybe that was last week. I don't know. I'm so confused. Time is just like, a blur. So anyway, let's get started. I don't know what's happening with my hair today. It was okay, and now it's not. It's a Monday. It's been a very, very, very busy day. I was off today. My mother-in-law had a follow-up appointment with her doctor. That was very stressful for all parties involved. So yeah, so I am very happy to be here stamping with you tonight. And my husband said, are you going to stamp? And I said, yeah, at 8 o'clock. And he's like, why so late? I'm like, because don't question it. It's none of your business. But I need to go stamp with my friends because I need some stamping therapy. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's see here. Let's see what I'm doing here. What am I doing? All right. So be sure to comment. Oh, there's Sharon. Okay. So be sure to comment when you hop on to say hello so I know you're here. And let me know where you're coming from if I don't know who you are, because I'm excited to find out where everybody's watching from. I'm just going to adjust my light. I know that's very annoying that you can see this bar. You see this bar? Yeah, that's from my light. Okay, so what is this? This is my glass mat. That is going to be yours free if you join my team before the end of the week. So by February 29th, which is only 2 days away, 3 days away. This mat is incredible. I absolutely love it. So if you want to earn this for free, you want to join my team, right? Because it's a really, really super amazing deal. Hello, Janet. So yeah, so I see we have some people hopping on. So let's get started. How do you get this mat for free? Well, you join my team. You put $165 worth of product, whatever you want, in your kit, and then you only pay $135, no tax, no shipping if you're in Ontario and select provinces. It is worth every single penny, friends. Every single penny. I'm telling you, I am so in love with this mat. Okay, so it's really funny because on camera, I don't know what it looks like for you folks, but for me, it looks like my mat has green and red lines on my screen. But here it's not. It's all black, which is funny. Okay, what did I tell you needed tonight? So I have a funny story. So I had a card in mind for tonight. And when we were doing Finish It Friday, on Friday night, one of the ladies that was on Finish It Friday said, "Here, I want to show you guys what I made." And she held up the card, and the card was the card that I had in my head I wanted to do for Magical Monday. And I burst out laughing, and I said, "That's the same card I was going to do for Monday night." And she said, "No way." I said, "Uh-huh." So anyway, we'll do that one next week, because there were some ladies on Finish It Friday that would have seen the card, and that would have kind of spoiled it for them. So yeah, anyway. So as you hop on, I see more people. We have Bev and we have Janet. Okay, awesome. Welcome, everybody. Okay, so what did I tell you needed? Let me see. Your standard card base. Okay. Now, I did not tell you this piece. This piece here, I added as I was developing the card, and I did not tell you. So this piece is actually just a hair smaller, like 1/8 of an inch smaller than your card base. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, right? So I just made it 1 notch smaller than my card base. Does that make sense? So on my paper trimmer, if I know where my paper trimmer is, right here, bear with me. Okay, here's my paper trimmer. So I went 1 little notch smaller. Why are all my lines looking red and green? Are you guys seeing the lines as red and green? I'm curious now. Or is it my eyes? Am I having stroke? Like, what is happening right now? Okay. Is anybody seeing red and green lines even on my glass mat? Or is it just me? It could be the lighting in here too. Nope. Okay. Okay. All right, that's fine. It could be the lighting in here and on my computer screen. Okay, so if you would like to cut a piece of, Emily says yes, and Laren said yes. Okay, I see red. Okay, I know. I don't know why. That's really, it's really weird. I don't know. It must be the camera or the internet not processing properly. I'm not sure. Okay, if you want to cut this piece down, like cut a piece right now, go ahead and do that. So this one is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 is your card base, right? So what you're going to do is just cut this one down just a line or two smaller. So 1/8 or 2/8 smaller than this. Okay? You don't have to do this part. You can do it right onto your card base. That is absolutely possible. I see red and green lines. Okay, I don't know why we're seeing red and green lines. The only thing I can think of is because I'm also streaming this to YouTube, and I'm wondering if it's just too much. It can't process. But most of you guys are watching me on Facebook anyway, it looks like. It doesn't look like I have too many people watching on YouTube. So maybe that's why. But hi, Maddie, honey. How are you? Okay, so here is my card base. I told you needed 12 pieces of Designer Series paper. So I'm using Countryside In. So 12 pieces of that. I told you roughly a 2-inch focal point. It's really jumpy tonight too, eh? Like really draggy. I think it's the YouTube. I don't think I can do both at the same time. No lines here. Really? Isn't that funny? But the people on Facebook are seeing it. Well, it's a mystery. Maybe it's something magical for Magical Monday. What do you think? Is that possible? Okay, so I'm just punching out these little circles here until everybody gets caught up from cutting their paper. If you want to cut the paper, you do not have to do that. I'm going to just grab my, oops, daisies. I'm not going to grab that. I'm going to grab my roller super quick because I will not be able to focus with all these little speckles on my desk. So give me a second. All right. No lines here. I'll move to Facebook. Your voice is fine, but my video is frozen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's see what happens. Hello, Mimi from Kansas. Wow, that's awesome. Welcome. Okay, so here is my white cardstock. So I told you 12 pieces of Designer Series paper. Now I'm using Countryside Inn paper for this one. So what I like to do is actually group my designs by pattern. You do not need to do this. However, it might make your life a wee bit simpler. That's not even, this is an oddball, as we go forward. Okay? All right. How many are crafting with me and how many are just watching? Because that's always super helpful for me to know too. I'm playing with my light to make sure that it doesn't interfere with the video. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So I have 4 piles. These actually, let's make them 3 piles because I think these are all the same. These are all the same. Okay, so I have 3 piles of pattern. Just watching, crafting, may craft. Watching. I'm watching. Okay, perfect. I know a lot of you do watch first because honestly, I don't know how you stamp along with me because I would be so stressed out right now if I was trying to keep up with me too. Okay, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my patterns of paper onto, onto my card. Now, you're going to have to play with this a little bit. And the reason you're going to have to play with this is because you want balance, right? Well, if you're like me, you want balance. Okay, so now you also have to decide what side of the paper you want to use. So if you're using Stampin' Up! Paper, you know what I mean, because Stampin' Up! Paper is double-sided. So it is, it's a big decision to decide what side you're going to use because both sides are so stinking beautiful. It's a big decision. Okay, do you see where I'm going with this? Now, if you have directional paper, I should have maybe let you know to be careful how you cut your directional paper. Whoops! I couldn't have done that if I had tried, you know that, right? If my bestie's on here, she's going to love this card. So, I am leaving a very small amount of space between each of my blocks. Like maybe 1/8 of an inch. Because I've added this other layer of white, which I did not tell you about. See, now we have a problem. So now we're going to have to do this. So what I'm trying to accomplish here, as I talk to myself, is I'm trying to avoid having 2 of the same pattern paper together. Okay? So I don't want like the 2 blues together. I don't want the 2 whites together, right? I kind of want to spread out my patterns. So I am loving this right now. You know what I need? Very desperately, though. I just have to think for how... Oh, if it got any closer to me, it might bite me. I want my silicone mat. Is actually what I want. Oops. And I don't know. I must have something sticky on my hands that's making everything lift and pop. So I'm using my silicone mat here because I don't like getting glue on my glass mat. Although I can get glue on my glass mat, I don't enjoy getting glue on my glass mat. So once I'm happy with my pattern, I'm going to take my pieces and I'm going to start to adhere them down. Now, keeping in mind, everybody, that we need to keep our spacing. So I would probably suggest to you to start at the bottom and the top, get your spacing correct, and then move to the inside. So if you're using Tombow, it's awesome because you have a second to move your pieces around. So if they end up being crooked or too close together or what have you, you have a second, oops, like that, to move them. Okay, and try to get them straight, which is kind of difficult. I have something on my finger that's really bugging me. Okay, so I'm going to go with this one. So this paper can be directional. So like this one has a little fox. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go up this way, get that spacing correct, and then I will continue on. So I have seen a few variations of this card where they didn't put all the blocks down. They left some of the blocks out and then they put just a piece of white cardstock, or like a sentiment, I guess, not necessarily white cardstock, sentiment, so they could stamp their words. So I think the worst part of this card was cutting the paper. But it's an awesome, awesome card for scraps. So, you know me, I like to use as much paper as I can. I don't like throwing much out. You know, I just figure we pay enough for our crafting supplies, we might as well get the most bang for our buck. Okay, so how am I doing? Am I doing okay? I don't know why I always pick these piddly cards to do too, by the way. So if I have my quilters here, I think my quilters will love this one because it kind of looks like a quilt. And I'll show you. Okay. It's probably like, I know some of us that are, well, not us, me, because I'm not this person, but some people really want everything perfectly spaced out. So you might want to mark your card base, like your white piece, to make sure that everything's just perfectly so. I'm just eyeballing mine, right? But this is an awesome, awesome way to use up those little bits of paper that we have that we're like, oh my gosh, what do I do with this? I feel like this one should have been moved down, but I can't move it now. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, that one's already glued down. Okay. All right. So now, I think I have everything glued. Right? Does anybody like this? Watching, forgot to set my alarm. It's okay, Sandra, because I switched up the card design for tonight. So you're good. Okay. Is this not beautiful? Yes, I'm seeing some hearts, so that's fantastic. Okay, now, what I can do, now, I don't know if I want to do this with this one, to be quite honest, because there's a lot going on this card. But what I could do at this point is I could run this through the embossing, words are hard. I can run this through the embossing machine with a very subtle pattern. So I could use the embossing folder that goes with this one. I just think that might be a little too much. So I'm going to, I just realized that my coloring is like a glow here. So I could run that through the embossing machine with a very subtle embossing folder. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to sneak behind me, and I brought my embossing machine in. Are you guys proud of me? I know. So I'm going to run it through a very, very subtle embossing folder. And I think the one I'll use, if I can find, I've got my computer glasses on instead of my regular glasses. And you know what? I can't find, oh, here they are. Here, because I was going to pick an embossing folder. So I have this one, which is the, I gotta put the names on these. Oh, I can't think of the name of that one. There's one with the lines. This is that 3-pack one. Or I have this antiqued distressed one. I think I was going to go with this one though, just to kind of keep it nice and subtle, because I think the other two might be a little too much for it. So let's go put this through the embossing machine, and I'll be right back. Okay. So here I am. I didn't leave you, I promise. So here, I don't think you can tell. Oh, the exposed brick. That's a good one too. Emboss it now. Did you, yeah. So, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but now it's like taken that paper and just kicked it up a notch, right? Okay, so this is going to go onto your card base. So you see, like, really, I only have 1/8 of an inch all the way around. And that's on purpose, right? I didn't want a big border. So this color that I'm using is boho blue. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. It's boho blue. It's one of our in colors. Which reminds me, our other in colors are retiring here shortly. So if there's something you want, like a re-inker or paper or anything like that, you need to get those now. That's Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Orchid Oasis, and Starry Sky. Those are all retiring here at the end of this calendar, this book. So this book only goes until April, I believe. Okay, so this is what I have so far. It's hard to see the embossing on that. I'm so sorry. Okay, so now I feel like I need some ribbon. I feel like I need ribbon. Do we have any good ribbon? I can't find the ribbon that I'm looking for super duper quickly. Oh, this one might work. Let's see. Hang on. This is retired ribbon, I'm pretty sure, but it's Night of Navy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually get some tear and tape. And my scissors. Good thing nothing's too far from me in this room, right? Because I seem to always forget something. Okay. So this is that Everyday Details die. I'm obsessed with it right now. So be prepared to see a lot of this die in upcoming cards because it's so amazingly beautiful. I'm not really sure how I even missed it in the book. I think I used it quite a bit on that Meandering Meadows video as well. So how many of you have watched the Meandering Meadows video? Words, my friends, are not my friend today. Here we go. So I'm just going zigzag, back and forth. I know this ribbon's retired, but it's going to be what it's going to be. So I'm going to grab my dimensionals. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. So I'm going to put this about here. Okay. Becky says she watched part of it today. Awesome. It's a really nice, set, and I have to tell you, it's one that completely gets overlooked. It's an online exclusive. Okay, so this is where my glass mat is amazing. I'm going to go thank you. So I'm using my glass mat, oops, to line up my stamp. Because if anybody had a Stamparatus, oh, and is missing, okay, what is on my finger? Something is like sticky on my finger. There you go, thank you. And then I'm going to actually use Misty Moonlight on this one. Oh, this DSP, what the heck just happened? The DSP squares are 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. So I'm using Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to make this one a thank you card. I need to make more of just hi, hello type cards, but. So that's going to be a thank you. And I'm going to get my Stampin' Mist out. Yeah. Good girl, and I'm going to clean my stamps and put them back. So this stamp that I am using is coming from Something Fancy. And I'm using this thank you right here. Okay? All right. Okay, so let me put that there. I'm going to use my dimensionals again. Oh, I don't like using my ribbon scissors. Hello from Indiana. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. All right, so using my dimensional, so you'll notice I'm using the whole edge of my dimensional sheet on purpose because I don't like to waste anything. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, hello, Susan. I did not see you. Didn't see you sneak in on me. So there is card number 1. Look how simple that card is, but I think it's actually turned out quite beautiful. What are you thinking? This is Countryside Inn. So it's a lot of blues. I do take pictures of these after to post. So I find the pictures actually show up a lot better than they do in the video sometimes. So do you like that card? Do you want to do another one? Did I lose any? Did I lose y'all? Are y'all here with me still? I hope so. Gets kind of lonely over here all by myself. Okay, so this piece here, is Very Vanilla. I love that paper. It's honestly, Diane, it's probably one of my favorites. And I'm not a blue girl, but I love this. I love this paper. 1 1/4 square here. Sure. Okay. All right. So here is Very Vanilla. This one I'm using is, what color is this one? Oh boy. Calypso Coral. It's been a very, very long day. Okay, and I have my Lost Lagoon, and then I have my Very Vanilla circles. So first thing I'm going to do is I am going to put my patterns in little piles to make my life a little bit easier. I think with this one, I think I actually cut oh, I did. I only cut 3 patterns on this one too. I thought one of them I cut more. Hi, Miss Marlin. Hi, Judy. It is a very pretty card, isn't it? Okay, so now this one, I'm trying to decide what side do I want to use. I think I'm going to use this to bring in the Very Vanilla. Oh, I do like that one too, though. Maybe I'll use this one, then this one, and then this one. What do you think? So again, this piece I just cut down like an 1/8 or 2/8 smaller than my card base. I'm going to flip these over this way. Oh, that yellow is really pretty too, though, isn't it? This is my struggle. I like both sides of the paper, so now I never know what side to use. Right? It'd be really nice if they would make one side of the paper really ugly. That's not about to happen. Okay. See where I'm going? I struggle because I love both sides. I'm like, oh, I like that side. Oh, I like that side. And I mean, I could use both sides. It's just my head. Janet says she's loves this card. Me too. Me too, me too. I just love the fact it uses amazing pieces of scrap too, right? Like, such an amazing way to use up those little bits. You know, you all have those strips, right? We all have those strips from Love It, Chop It. We have bits. Oh, wow. I'm struggling today. Bits from paper that we've cut, right? So we all have them. I really don't know what to do with my light tonight. It's really kind of bugging me. So like this one too is turning out super pretty. And I love the fact that it looks like a quilt, right? So let's go ahead and glue these down. I'm going to try to keep this intact as best as I can. If I can. It's really the toughest part to this card is keeping your spacing consistent. See, I really like this yellow side too. My intent was to actually use more of the yellow. But apparently, I changed my mind. So this really is the best to do it with Tombow, because it gives you that insy bincy amount of time to move your little squares around. Now, what you could do as well, if you wanted, you could actually put a glue dot under each of these as you position them, because they would be a little bit easier to kind of hold in place. And then if you decide to move them, then you could do that as well. And you don't really even have to do the embossing part if you choose not to. because some of your paper, depending on what you're using for your paper, may not even need the embossing, right? I'm going to leave that part totally up to you. So if you're new, just so you know what we do here is we will, yeah, if you emboss it after it's done, it looks amazing. I got mine done and I love it. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so what we do here for anybody who's new is I make 3 cards. Some people craft along with me, some craft after. And then what we do at the end is we vote. It doesn't mean anything. It's just to kind of get a feel for what everybody's thinking. We vote on what the favorite card of the night is in an order. And then we post our pictures either here on my page, if you're watching on Facebook, and if you're watching me on YouTube, you can follow us on Facebook as well. And then I think I'm like crazy behind on sending out gifts and prizes, but then I pick somebody who's posted their picture to win a prize, and I send you out a prize. Okay, let me see here. There you go. My spacing is a little bit not even between the rows here, but so when you go to emboss, Janet, did you use the exposed brick you said? Look how pretty this is. Hello, Sandra. Hi, Kathy. Don't ever apologize for arriving late. I'm just glad that you're here. Okay, so here is card number 2. Okay. What's the lighting like? It looks a little bit dark on this end. It is a Super Scrap Stash Buster. Oh my gosh, Kathy, I love that. I can't even say that. Super Scrap Stash Buster. Words are hard for me today. Okay, so I'm going to run this through this distressed, exposed, I don't know. I need to start putting my names on my embossing folder. So one thing you'll know about me is like, I don't remember the names of anything anymore because I've been doing this for so long. I get all my names mixed up. So let me go behind me and I'm going to emboss this. And embossing is completely optional. You do not need to emboss if you do not want to. But OMG, when you do, it looks amazing. Amazing, amazing. Okay? So, I love this. I'm so in love with this. Okay, so here we go. So now we're going to adhere this onto our base. Right? Oh, you're right. It may be optional, but it's strongly suggested. How about that? Does that work? It's strongly suggested. It just kicks it up a notch, right? It makes it go from a wow to a wowzer card. Right? Does anybody agree? Okay, this one is super pretty. I'm going to have a really hard time picking tonight. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so now I'm using my deckled circles. Oh, like, I don't want to cover up the paper now. Because it's so stinking beautiful. Like, I don't want to cover it up. Sandra's from Rochester, New York. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us. That's fantastic. So, I'm going to do, for this one, I was going to do this one, but I think it's too small. Yeah, no, it's going to be too small. Okay, I I have a million stamps I could be using. You know that, right? I'm going to actually use You're on My Mind. I think this one will look... Ooh, my stamp's coming apart. Well, holy Hannah, what the heck happened there? You're on My Mind. That's what I'm going to use. I just noticed that. Oh, it's just a sticker. Okay, that's cool. I can handle that. Okay, so I am using my glass mat, which if you don't have this glass mat, hello, everybody needs a glass mat. And if you're in Canada, you need to talk to me before the 29th. I'm going to use Calypso Coral. And I'm going to stamp You're on My Mind. My shoulders don't think it's a good idea. Had cortisone shot in the right shoulders today. Oh, honey. No, you're just watching. Bev, honey, I just want you watching. You can save this video, and when you're back to better health, then you can go ahead and make these. I don't want you making anything, honey. I think you did really well Friday night to do what you did. Okay, that's my Calypso Coral, which is like a very faded Calypso Coral. I honestly think what the problem is, friends, I think my temperature in my room is way too high. Because I walked in here tonight and I went, woo, it's warm. And I don't notice it when I'm here because I don't like being cold. But I think it's actually messing with my stamps, or my ink. So I'm going to have to probably adjust the heat. Almost done one. Perfect. Okay. Well, you go at your pace, Bev. Because I know how ouchy things can be. I feel your pain. I actually have messed up my shoulder, and apparently I've pulled a muscle or something that my chiropractor told me I have to stretch out, and I have not been doing. Not listening. I don't listen very well. I don't make a very good patient. I think that's why my body goes, okay, you're not going to listen. I'm going to make you listen. And then it makes my back go out for 8 days straight. Because I don't listen to those little signs it's trying to tell me all the way along. Yeah. I'm kind of stubborn. Okay. Here we go. You're on my mind. But you know what? This needs something, right? Does it need something? I think it needs some bling. So let's bring in. Let's bring in. What about this bling? I'm thinking the white. Right? Are we still watching? Ooh, that is big. That is big for that. I don't love that. I'm not going to lie, but they're down now. So I'm not going to touch it. Okay. My screen is not frozen, is it? I hope not. Are all my friends still here? There's card number 2. Oh, I could stamp the inside. I still love card number 1. Okay. Last one. Of course, I left the best till last, right? We all know that. Okay, so I am using basic white cardstock as my base. And so I always use my bone folder to crease, right? I am using Bubble Bath as my layer. So here's my Bubble Bath. Now this one I did cut a little bit smaller. All good. Okay, perfect. Thank you. A little bit smaller because the white, I want to kind of make that white pop. So I'm going to put my white to the side. I am using Flightnary, and I'm using Flightnary because it's going to be gone at the end of the week, which makes me so incredibly sad. Okay, so now this is going to be fun because there's a couple patterns in here. I think these are 3 different patterns. Yes, okay. It's kind of like a matching game. You know that you know that matching game you play when you're a kid? Like flip the pieces over so you can find the matches? Kind of feeling like that a little bit right now. Okay, here we go. So, this paper is very incredibly beautiful. I know, I love this. Blue is always my favorite. I know. I'm not a blue girl, but I'm really loving that paper. Okay, so now this one's going to be a challenge here. I only have 2 of these. So I may have to move this piece around. Okay, let's just see how we can do this. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Because this one might look very much the same. So I may have to do some flipping here. Okay, let's put the flowers the right way. Okay. I'm probably going to have to do some flipperones here. What the heck is going on here? Can't even tell what direction that's supposed to be. I think that's supposed to be a bird. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, let's start over. 1. Okay, hang on. My bubble bath is bending up and it's kind of triggering me a little bit. Okay, so then we can go this way. And then we can go this way. This should go this way. I'm going to put a lot more thought into this one because this one's much more patterned. Okay. So then I really like that one. I like this bird. Needs to go right here as the center. Is that the same? Nope. Okay. Oh, I'm missing a piece. I think it's the piece I threw out. Oh no! I had an extra piece sitting on my desk, and I thought I cut one too many, and I think I threw this silly thing out. Oh well, we're gonna have to cut another piece. What do you think? Okay, I'm not loving this one. But we're gonna make it work. Oh, I'm missing 2 pieces. How the heck did that happen? Well, I know I didn't miscount 2. It's not in there. It's not in there. Okay, let me go get some paper. We're gonna cut some more. Okay? So don't go anywhere. I'm still here. I've just gone to get my paper so that we can cut some more. Okay, let's do this little bird. So what did I say? 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. Let's move this out of the way. So 1 1/4. I love this paper. I really, really hope there's something similar to this in the new book. So the other perk of joining my team is like you get to pre-order stuff from the new book like a month before a customer. So like you would have this paper a month before anybody else. Like, hello, why would you not want that? Right? You know what I think it is? I think it's this blue. I'm thinking I'm not loving the blue. I'm going to stick it out though. How am I doing? Okay, so this one I don't have a lot of space to play with here because I cut the paper a little bit smaller, right? So I'm going to be really, really tight on space. So it's going to be a snug fit. You need to move one of the center birds. Good night, Janet. I need to move one of the center birds. Okay. Okay, I agree. Oh, shoot. That's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to move everything. I just was going to move my paper so then I could have... Okay. I'm going to keep that, I think, center bird. I'm going to move this one. Okay, let's move him. This is too white right here. Okay. I need to do something here. Here. What do I need to do here? You have two together. Yeah, I need to move him. Here, what if I did this? Oh, I'm trying to be careful not to move the wrong thing here. What if I did this? What do you think, Sandra? This one's going to be super duper tight. There's not a lot of room. Not a lot of wiggle room in this card. Does that look okay? Or does that look a little bit off-centered? I almost wonder if I should move these two. Need a blue in the far row. The bottom row? Sandra's my just my eyes. Just my eyes. What do you think of that? Does that look better? Switch the bottom two corners. These two? Okay, I think I just did that though. You just did. Okay. That's what I was going to say. I think I just did. I think you're just delayed. That's all. Okay. Are we good? Do we love it? Looks better now. Yeah. It was looking like... So when there's a lot of patterns going on, it's kind of hard to kind of get your head around, right? So you really want to probably keep to something that's a little less patterny. Is that a word? Patterning. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go and glue. Gorgeous. Thanks, Kathy. Okay, so now, see, like this purple's really pretty too, but I'm going to go ahead and glue. Now I have to be very cautious because there's not a lot of room here. Okay. This paper's so pretty. Like, both sides of the paper are so stinking pretty. I'm like, darn it. Okay, so this one's going to be very, very close together, my papers, because I cut the bubble bath piece smaller because I was giving myself more of a white border. So keep that in mind as you cut your paper. Like, you can adjust your measurements, right? Like, I don't have to keep these at 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. I could cut these down a hair. But then just remember that you did that. And I feel like once you emboss it, it's hard to even tell the spacing issue, to be quite honest, but that's just my 2 cents. Okay. How am I doing? This part stresses me out a little bit. So I am using more glue than I would normally use, just because I want to make sure that I don't have it like falling apart on me. But you need to go all the way around to your corners, right? Oops. Getting glue on my fingers is not going to help anything. I'm going to tell you that right now. We're going to emboss this one. Yes, you bet your bottom dollar we are. Oh, I need a baby wipe. Okay, so you have to post your pictures. Do not forget, if there is something you want at a celebration, your Paper Pumpkin subscription. Do not forget to get your Paper Pumpkin subscription before the end of February. I think this piece is cut a smidge bigger. Because then you still get your celebration rewards. Plus hostess credits. Oh, this one's not even on straight. What the heck? Oh boy, I'm not moving that one. Shoot, how did I do that one? Oh, sugar! Do I dare try to move it? How brave am I? Are you guys like grasping for air? Yeah, I should probably just leave that, right? Before I rip it. Okay. Let me put this in so I don't poke myself. Okay, so there's this piece. Okay, you guys are still with me. You're still with me. Okay, I'm going to distress with this one. I'm going to emboss with this one, I mean. Okay. Is the video very laggy? Because it looks like it's lagging on my end. Sorry, I think I hit the angry face by accident, was playing with the volume cards. Ah, that's okay. That's fine, Chris. Yes, a bit. I think it's because I'm on YouTube. I think that's why. I think it's just too much for it. So that's a good lesson for me. So then next week, no YouTube. So this is embossed, which I think I like better because these blue pieces now gives it a pattern. Oh yeah, I wonder if it's the YouTube part. Okay, so here, what do we think? Yes? Where's my glue? My fingers are so sticky right now. Okay, let's do this. Oh, this paper is just... You know what's so funny? I hated this paper when I first saw it. I was like, that is the ugliest paper I have ever seen in my life. Like, who wants birds? And meanwhile, now I'm obsessed with this paper. And I just can't get enough of it. Like, who would have thought? Just silliness, I say. Okay. Now, here's the problem. I don't want to cover up my bird. I worked so hard to get him there. Oh, poopy poop. Okay, hang on. Stand by. I'm looking for my stamp set. Okay, here's my stamp set. Where in the world would I be without you? Sometimes there are no words. You're in my thoughts today. I like you're in my thoughts today because I feel like I could use that for so many things. So pretty. I know. Isn't it so pretty? Ah, I'm so in love. Okay, let's go. You're in my thoughts today. I have a lot of people I'm sending. Well, did you see my? Oh, a lot of you aren't on my personal page, but I posted quite a slew of cards that I'm sending out today. I sent out today birthday cards, thinking of you cards. You're in my thoughts card, sympathy cards. Did I say sympathy cards already? You're in my thoughts today. So I just used Lost Lagoon. Oh, Sandra, I can't even imagine how many cards you made out of Flightnary. What did you say? You gave us a number Friday night. What did you say? I forget. Because that feels like it was years ago that we had that conversation. It was only Friday night. Imagine that. What's that tell you? That means I'm having a heck of a week already. It's only Monday. Now, here's the challenge, friends. Oh, I could put this here. I don't want to cover up the bird. I'm going to put it right here. Because then it looks like the bird is peeking over, and then I don't cover up that bird, or that bird, or that bird. Oh, I should have put rodent behind that. Okay, breathe. Okay, you guys are still with me. Yes, okay. Okay, beautiful. So now, look at how pretty. Oh my gosh, I can't even. I love this. Like, love with a capital L. Right? So do you think you'll make this card? To those of you that are still here with me after all my rambling and carrying on. How many of you will make this card? I hope you're still with me. I hope I didn't lose you somewhere along the way. Because that would mean I'm sitting here talking to myself and there's nobody out there. Right? Please tell me there's people out there. Add blink. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Diane. Oh, actually, what I was going to do... No, I'm not going to do butterfly on that one. Oh, you know what I could do? I'm going to add these purple rhinestones, purple gems. Because look how pretty these purple gems are. Oh, where did my take your pick tool go? Yep. Okay. These are not the purple gems that go with this Flightnary. But... okay. Yes, it is a beautiful way to use up scraps. I will kind of like a quilt. It's kind of like a quilt card. Add blank for sure. I'm at my desk now. I'm sure gonna try and find the time. Yes, posted mine already. Pam's already ahead of the game. Maybe I will kind of like the quilt card. Me here, lovely. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we have to vote. So 1, 2, and 3. And I do not take offense. If you're voting, I'm just always curious. I have to run, but my vote is 3, 1, and 2. Okay, thanks for coming, Kathy. Love this card, thanks. Okay, let's vote, friends. We have to vote. And be sure you watch my video on the Meandering Meadows. Because I got a present there for you. Just moving my camera. Okay. Thanks for coming, Kathy. Okay. Oh boy, look at all these votes coming in. All of a sudden, just came all at once. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 3, and 2. 1, 3, 2. 1, 2, and 3. 3, 1, 2. Cherie says 1. 1, 3, 2. 3, 1, 2. 1, 3, 2. Yeah, 1, 3, and 2 seems to be popular. 3. 1, 3, 2. 2, 3, 1. Isn't that funny? Dark blue. Yeah, these two are probably my favorite. So 1 and 3 are probably my favorite too. This one is really pretty in person, actually. But these two are just like stunning. Like stunning with a capital S, right? So, all right. So that's all I have. Thank you for joining me. I'm so happy you're here. Come back next week. I'm going to try to get some videos done this week. There's no guarantees though, because I have a very busy week and a very chaotic week. And fingers crossed that everything goes well. Becky says 1, 3, and 2. Yeah, those are my favorite too. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I hope you will come back next week for another Magical Monday. And I hope you make these cards, get them posted onto my page, Stampin' Chick Creations. You can find all my links here on the top right-hand corner under Linktree. And it will take you to everything Stampin' Chick. So, thanks for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic week, and we will chat with you soon. Bye, everybody.